Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to Becca's Book Nook. It is officially time for the mid-year book freakout tag. I cannot believe that it is already almost the end of June and that we are halfway through the year. This year has gone by even faster than last year somehow, which if you've watched my last year's book freakout tag, I was aghast that it was already time to do it at that point as well. I feel like every year just goes by way faster than you think it does, so I guess this is not news to people. Basically this year I have already read 39 books, which is 7 more than I had read at this point last year, which is awesome for me. My main goal this year was just to beat last year's amount of books that I read, so 39 this year has been really exciting for me. I've read a lot of good books, I've read a few not so great books, and I am excited to delve into this and tell you guys all about them. There are 13 questions in this tag, so I'm just going to jump right into the video so that I am not on here for super long. I'm hoping to just make this a nice and quick one, so let's just get into the questions and I will answer as quick as possible. The first question of this tag is, what is the best book that you have read so far in 2022? This answer is kind of twofold, so I'm going to go for Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren as well as Book Lovers by Emily Henry. Both of these were 5-star reads. Love in Other Words was the first book that I read this year and it was a 5-star read right off the bat, so it's got to be up there in my favorite books. I have officially have more 5-star reads this year than I've ever had in like any other year. I think I'm at 12 or something crazy like that, so pretty insane. I've read some really great books, and yeah, those two are the best ones I've read so far. Question 2 is, what is the best sequel you've read so far in 2022? And my answer for this has to be Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey, which is in her Hot and Hammered trilogy. I've talked about this trilogy quite a lot on my channel, saying that Tools of Engagement is my absolute favorite of the trilogy, but that's technically a third book in a series, so I'm gonna go with Love Her or Lose Her because I did love this book too. It was the book that sort of got me really into second chance romances, so yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Next question is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to, and the answer for this has to be Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I am about 40 pages into this book, I think, so I haven't technically finished it. I've heard so many amazing things about this book though, hearing that it is compared to People We Meet on Vacation and Love in Other Words, which are two of my favorite books, so I'm really excited to get further into this one and see what I think. I'm loving it so far, so I will keep you guys updated. The next question is the most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I'm gonna go with Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. I did really enjoy The Love Hypothesis. It wasn't like a 5-star read for me, but I did still really enjoy it, and I liked Ali Hazelwood's writing, so I am looking forward to reading another book by her. Obviously my answer would have been Chain of Thorns by Cassandra Clare, but she has once again pushed back the release date to February 1st of 2023. I'm not going to talk anymore about it because I might cry, but Love on the Brain is anticipated for me, so that'll be my answer. Question 5 is, what was the biggest disappointment of the year so far? And unfortunately, sorry Emma, I'm gonna have to go with Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I received this book as a gift, a Christmas gift from my friend Emma, and I was really excited to get into it because I've just heard so many good things about this book and this series, like even from other TikTokers like Steph Bower on TikTok and YouTube. She talks crazy amounts about this book and like how much she loves this series and how important it is to her, and like I was just expecting really big things, and I think the book just really didn't do it for me. It was a 2.5 out of 5 stars for me. And that's not even like the worst ranking I've given this year, but it was definitely the biggest disappointment just because of how high my expectations were for it. Question 6 is, what is the biggest surprise so far of the year? And I'm gonna have to go with The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo for me, in a good way, obviously. I have been super hesitant to pick up anything by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I don't even know why I've been like this. I think I just know that she like has different sort of styles of writing, and that just makes me a little bit nervous because it's new, it's different. So I don't know, I've been really hesitant to pick it up, and then I finally did, and I really loved it. 4-star read for me. I definitely want to get into Daisy Jones and the Six and Malibu Rising as well, because of how much I did find myself enjoying this book. I thought the relationships and the characters were really complex, and I just really actually enjoyed the writing style, so it was definitely a pleasant surprise. Question 7 is favorite new author, debut or new to you. So she's new to me, and a lot of people since the show is such a success, but I'm gonna go with Alice Oseman for Heartstopper because I absolutely fell in love with this quartet. I know she's writing a 5th one, but I have 4. I fell in love with this series so much this year. Charlie and Nick mean so much to me. They're just so cute, and love wins. Pride Month. I'm absolutely obsessed with these books and with Alice Oseman's writing, and yeah, it's just she's amazing. I'm excited to read anything else she writes. Question 8 is newest fictional crush, and I of course have to go with Charlie Lastra from Book Lovers by Emily Henry. If you guys have read Book Lovers, you know Charlie Lastra he's a one of a kind. He is something special. Super hot. Got the chat, got the banter. I feel like I'm on Love Island. The way what the heck is the main character's name? Nora. The way him and Nora talk and like banter back and forth was just so hot and so good. And it just made the book so much more enjoyable. And he is just a phenomenal character. I love him. Newest fictional crush. Will stick with me for forever. Love him. Question 9 is newest favorite character, and I'm gonna have to go back into my Heartstopper and go with Nick Nelson. Nick Nelson is just such a golden retriever, as he's described in the book. He is just the cutest little guy. I really just enjoyed reading about him and learning about him and just sort of getting to dive into his story a little bit. And I really just sort of connected to him, and it's just really important to me, so we're gonna go with Nick Nelson for that answer. Question 10 of this tag is, what was a book that made you cry this year? 110% have to go with The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This book took me so long to read for some reason, even though I'm like the biggest Greek mythology fan. I don't know what it is about me not wanting to get into a couple like popular books. Like normally I like love like reading like TikTok books or things like that, but something about Song of Achilles and Evelyn Hugo I did not want to get into, but I'm so happy that I did read Song of Achilles. It made me bawl for like I listened to the audiobook. I was crying for like the last hour of the audiobook. That story is just so important and so beautiful, and it just wrecked me. 5 stars for that one. For question 11, a book that made you happy, I'm gonna go with Tools of Engagement by Tessa Bailey, which I have talked about multiple times on this channel, as well as in this video, I feel like, but I absolutely was obsessed with Wes and Bethany's love story. I still somehow don't have that book on my bookshelf. I only have the first 2 because every time I go to the store, they're out of it, probably because it's the best one, but I like stupidly smiled at the pages of that book for like hours. I loved it, so yes. Question 12 of this tag is, what is the most beautiful book you have bought or received this year? I have specifically been waiting for this tag to show this book to you guys. I know it's not like a one of a kind edition, and like lots of people do have this edition on their shelves, but it's super important to me, and I did get it at Shakespeare and Company in Paris, and it is this stunning copy of Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, which is my favorite trilogy of all time. I have talked about it multiple times on this channel. It's just stunning. I cried when I saw it in the store. There's Miss Tessa, and here's the love of my life, Will Herondale. I'm so excited to display this on my shelf in my apartment. It has its own little like shrine right now in my bedroom. This book just means so much to me. I literally lost my mind when I saw this in Shakespeare and Company. I bought it right away, and it will just always remind me of Paris and that time in my life, and it's just beautiful. And the final question of this tag is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? There are literally a billion, so I don't want to get into all of them, but I do want to do my reread of the Lunar Chronicles. It's like super important to me that I get through that. I also want to finish the last book in the Marriage Vows trilogy. I know there's another one coming out. The books by Martha Waters, I still have to read To Marry or to Meddle. It is on my bookshelf. I also want to get into any more of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books, and I would also like to read The Bronzed Beasts by Roshani Chokshi. There's just literally a million. Those are just some of the ones that I want to mention. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this tag. I literally cannot believe it was already time for me to make it. I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about some of the highs and lows of the year so far. I can't wait to hear about yours in the comments, so please comment down below answers to any of these questions or literally all of them. I tag anyone watching this video to do it. I hope everyone has a phenomenal rest of their day. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and give me a subscribe if you are not already. I do post new bookish content every Wednesday that you do not want to miss, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!